Guys, welcome to a new video, and this video is going to be a bit different from my other videos, and hopefully this video will be the first in a series of videos that is dedicated to Tamil jewelry. Now I want to make one thing very clear. Jewelry in India is a huge field of study, both in terms of aesthetics and history. It's at the intersection of both those disciplines. So, as you might know, India has had a lot of invasions, both domestic and foreign, which means that there has also been a lot of cultural exchanges. So, when I say Tamil jewelry, I don't mean that all of the jewelry specimens that I'm talking about are going to be of exclusive Tamil origin. I don't even think it's possible, to be honest. But these are the jewelry that are common among Tamil people, or Tamil people in general would have seen. When I say Tamil people, I mean in Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. But if you have also seen this in other places, be it Singapore, Malaysia, or where other diaspora are, that's amazing. If you find this familiar but you don't know the name of it, you've come to the right place. Starting off, we have the Vanapathattu. Yes, the same jewelry that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So the Vanapathattu is a certain type of upper lobe piercing, which means that it goes around here, and it has a range of designs, ranging from the very popular Attigai style design to discs, flowers, even pendants and drops, dangler style designs. And from what I see on Pinterest, it doesn't seem to be that painful of a piercing, but I happen to like it a lot. I like the placement of it, and especially I like it when it's in combination with a distended earlobe. With distended earlobe earrings like a Tandati or a Puchikudu. Now, these distended lobe earrings will come in a separate video in the series. Just stay tuned. Coming up second, we have the Kurthattu or the Edathattu. Now, the location in English is called tragus, and it's around the shell of the ear. This is where the Kurthattu comes. It's also known as the Edathattu. And you also see the same Attigai style design there as well, but also again designs vary. Next, we have the Lolaku. So the Lolaku is positioned at the helix here, mid helix, not the upper helix though, just lower or mid helix. And it's usually in the form of a dangler, like a stirrup with a dangler on it. But there are also other designs. And it's also called the Pullaku, which can be pretty confusing because the Pullaku is a septum stirrup piercing, which technically a Pullaku isn't a piercing because it's more like a non-piercing squeeze type. But the Lolaku is different. The Lolaku is very much a pierced piercing, a pierced earring. Wow, okay. But a Lolaku doesn't have to be confused with a Visiri Murugu. Now, Visiri Murugas make a very strong presence in the works of this very famous Indian artist Raja Ravi Verma from the kingdom of Travancore, I believe. And the difference between a Lolaku and a Visiri Murugu is that a Visiri Murugu is notably more ornate. Now, as I said, a Lolaku is a stirrup style piercing, which means it comes like this with a dangler at the bottom. But a Visiri Murugu, as the name suggests, Visiri means fan in both Tamil and Malayalam. I'm not sure about Telugu and Kannada, but Visiri means fan, like the one you fan yourself with. Murukku means to screw, which makes sense because it's a earring that you screw on and it's shaped like a fan, whereas a Lolaku isn't shaped like a fan. It's straight down with a dangler. However, a Visiri Murugu is fanned out and much more elaborate. Now, you also see the Visiri Murugu among people from higher social classes, because notably Raja Ravi Verma's most famous paintings are of women of higher social classes, usually royalty. Next, we have the Murukku Kuchi. Now, the Murukku Kuchi is really not that popular. It's quite rare to find it, but it's a very simple design. So the Murukku Kuchi comes here at the upper helix, and it is a very, very simple form of earring. So it's just these two studs, and then you sort of just screw them together. That's pretty much it, a pipe and a screw. Now, a Murukku Kuchi and a kopu don't really have to be the same thing, which brings me to one of my favorite types of Tamil earrings, which is the kopu. Now, the kopu comes here where the industrial piercing top half will be. So this is where the cope will be, and the cope has a range of designs. My favorite is either called the Kalasa cope or the Lavanga cope. Now the Kalasam comes from the Sanskrit word Kalash, meaning a pot that is used for religious purposes. And then you have the Lavanga cope. Lavanga means clove. Again, if I'm right, a Sanskrit loan word. Now, these designs are fairly simple, though you have very, very elaborate designs as well. The more northward you go, when I say north, I mean northern Karnataka and Maharashtra. And in Maharashtra, you have the Bugadi, and the Bugadi has a even vast range of designs, such as the Surya Bugadi, which features a disc right here. And if I'm right, there are lots of other designs as well. But coming back to Tamil copes are very, very simple. They're notably simple. Some of them are just feature these two sort of diamond cylinders at the top. Some of them, it's just two balls at the top and bottom. Some of them are a bit more elaborate, some of them are not. Some of them feature a diamond flower stud. Some of them even feature a martel. I'll come back to that later. And personally, it's one of my favorite forms of jewelry ever. Sometimes I find myself wishing to get one, but I don't know how things are going to work out, because jewelry is expensive, but we'll see how things work out. So far, we've seen ear jewelry starting right above the lobe with the kuruthu tattu and the edattattu, the lolaku, murkukuchi and kopu. Now, we are going to come back to the lobe ornaments. The lobe earrings that I want to deal with are primarily three. And the first to go is the Todu. Now, the Todu is a very popular form of wearing jewelry in Tamil Nadu, or you can say all over the world, because essentially a Todu is just a stud with like stone set in it. Though there are very traditional designs and almost all of them are floral in nature. Now, the kind of stones you see in a Todu are most commonly diamonds, red stones and blue stones. Now, blue stones don't make that popular of an appearance as red and diamonds do. Red stones sometimes are substituted with rubies. Traditionally, I think they were rubies, but as you know, the economy changed and things became more expensive, people opted for red stones, fake stones. The Todu has multiple designs, though popularly it's floral. You also have pure gold specimens, which you find more towards Kerala side. So the border that Kerala and Tamil Nadu share, you can find them there. You can also find them towards the south of Tamil Nadu, not necessarily, you know, that they share a border with Kerala, but the more south you go, you can see more influence of pure gold. Coming up next, we have the Muthina Jewellery. The Muthina Jewellery, I didn't even know it had a Tamil name. I'm not sure it's a Tamil design per se, but since it has a Tamil name, I'm going for it. So just to break down the etymology, Muthina Jewellery comes from two words, Muthu and Jewellery. Muthu in Tamil and Malayalam means pearls, and Jewellery means a sieve. So the whole design is supposed to emulate water flowing through a sieve, so the droplets, and the droplets are signified by the pearls, hence the name Muthina Jewellery. Now, these are very popular earrings. However, I've seen them more in Elam, meaning the Tamil parts of Sri Lanka, rather than Tamil Nadu. But I'm not sure, maybe I just haven't come across them here. But they are undeniably a very beautiful specimen, and I didn't even know they had like a Tamil name, which was a very pleasant surprise for me. The third and final design I'm going to talk about is the Jimiki. And the Jimiki is also called Jhumka when you go northward in India. And there are also differences in the aesthetics, the designs of the jewelry itself. Because the more you come towards south, one, gold takes precedence. And number two, you see that there's a lot more, I want to say pointy bits. I don't know how to say it exactly. And they are notably smaller, because South Indian jimikis are very, not very small, but they are significantly smaller than their North Indian counterparts. And they are also less heavy because stones are not featured as much. But pearls do make a very important appearance, which to me is sort of my favorite style of jimiki. You see this form of the jimiki worn by a lot of people in the classical dance field. So a lot of Bharatanatyam dancers wear this, and it is a very common part of Bharatanatyam jewelry. But there are also like pure gold counterparts that emulate this sort of pearl effect. Finally, we have an honorable mention, which is the martel. So the martel isn't necessarily a earring, but it's more of a supplementary piece of jewelry, meaning that it is meant to make your earring more pretty. So the martel is essentially a chain. Martel in Tamil literally means to hang or like to attach. So the martel is a chain and it has a range of designs from pearl to gold to like separate chains or to like one single broad strip, and you see it attached to different types of earrings as well. So you see it attached most commonly to studs, todus and jimikis, but I've also seen specimens where it's been attached to the lolaku as well as the kopu. I've also seen the martel used with the kopu, which you might have also seen, I don't know if you noticed, but in the hugely popular film Ponniyin Selvan, you see both Aishwarya Rai and Trisha's characters sport this kind of look, where the martel starts at the kopu and ends with their bun or their hair. And I've seen like photos of women wearing it in weddings as well, and I have to say it's a beautiful innovation because the martel is so effortlessly elevates the look, and I just love it so much. Now there are two types of martel. Actually, you know what, let's go with three. So depending on how you wear it and where you hook it up. So the first type is one that I saw very commonly in rural Tamil Nadu whenever I go there for like weddings and stuff. So it starts here, it starts at the front of the lobe and ends at the back of the lobe. So it's a loop that goes around your ear. This is perhaps the simplest form of the martel. It's usually a very simple chain, very similar to a chain you find like a plain bracelet. A simple woven chainmail type strap that goes from here to here. The second type is a bit less common than the first, but it's still very common. It goes from here to here, so people hook it onto their hair. Again, it's a type that you see very, very commonly in the classical dance circle. I've seen people in my own family wear that kind as well. And the third type is the one that goes pretty far. So you can go like here all the way to your bun. And here's where people get really creative. You can see multiple chains forming layers, or you can see one single chain. And in one of my formative movies, I will say, which is called Panchamugi, the original Telugu version is called Panchakshari, and there the villainess, I don't know, the wife of the antagonist, you will see her wearing a very interesting type of martel where it goes from here to here, and which is very interesting for me because usually it goes directly here or it goes here or it comes back. But the way she was wearing it, it goes up to the top of your ear and then goes back to attach to your hair, which I think it's a very smart and innovative use of the jewelry form. And that really stood out for me. After geeking out for I don't know how long, we finally come to the end of this video. Thank you for staying and watching the whole video. And if you liked it, please like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. You can find my socials in the links in the description. Please follow me everywhere. And if you have any photos of the jewelry I just mentioned that you think I might like, or if you have any resources that you might want to share, please don't hesitate to send it to me via email. I'll also include it in my description, as well as my Instagram. You can just DM it there as well, because I will really appreciate it. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.